In today's video, I'm going to be attempting to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft in this infinite snowy plains world. Feels fitting, considering we just entered December and it is 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside for me right now. So why not also be freezing in Minecraft? Of course, though, my end goal is to defeat the Ender Dragon, but more importantly, I want to see what kind of cool stuff I can build along the way with limited resources. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a ton of fun taking on this challenge. Let's start the 100 days. All right, man, day zero. Day zero of snow only hardcore. It's probably gonna be wise if I find a village as early as possible, but specifically, I wanna find a village with animals in it. I don't know if animals can naturally spawn in this biome. I feel like they can, but I think it'll probably be easiest if I just find a village already with a couple sheep and a couple cows. And we can kind of like hunker down nearby. Okay, so there's two villages nearby. There's one right over there and one over here. And there's a pig in this village already. So that's a good start. There's also some pretty interesting looking terrain over here. I really like these mountains. So maybe we live somewhere over there, maybe between these two mountains. I'm gonna head over to this village first though. See what kind of like early game stuff we could get off rip. Then I'll probably go loot the second village and then find a spot to call home. The thing about worlds like this is that there are just so many villages. I could like infinitely loot these, and I gotta probably stop myself at some point so I actually start making some progress. I am gonna grab this sugar can up though, for sure. And let's see what kind of loot we have in here. There's a blacksmith in this village. Have a piece of iron armor, a little bit of food. It's not so bad. And the best thing about these villages is that if there is a librarian, you can actually get so many bookshelves. I don't know if these have the most out of any village, but there's a lot. And at least I got a free bed, so we could skip the night. That'll keep me alive a good bit longer. And a bundle. We take those. All right, I was kind of waiting to see if I would be able to just kind of mooch like an iron pickaxe off of this village somewhere, but I don't think it's going to happen. So let me go ahead and make a wooden pickaxe. First thing I'm going to mine with this wooden pickaxe is a blast furnace. Makes sense. Got some potatoes, got a couple more pieces of bread, got a little bit of coal early game, and I can also switch out my bed for a red one. I'm definitely going to be taking the chests as well. Before I continue looting, I'm just gonna pop over to this weird piece of terrain and just grab up a bit of stone so I can make a full set of stone tools. All right, I left my crafting table in one of those houses, so I'm already making duplicate crafting tables. I think I got all the stone tools that I'm gonna need. I just made an axe and a shovel as well as the stone pickaxe. So that should keep me going for a good while. Let me continue looting in this village and see what else we can find. We're gonna get some carrots right there. That's pretty big. A couple more pieces of iron as well. That actually is enough for an iron pickaxe, so that's nice. And you know what? I'm trading out my bed again. I feel like blue is better than red. Oh, that's a pillager outpost. Is there anything in there that I could actually use? I mean, there's a couple other like wood types in there. I could gather the birch and the dark oak at some point. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to come back to that. Probably when I get like full iron armor. Those pillagers do a decent amount of damage if you're not really prepared. That's pretty much everything here from this village. Didn't really have anything else too notable aside from the blacksmith there. So let me head over to the second village that we spotted and see what this one has to offer. There is a pig over here somewhere. I gotta kind of remember that. I don't know exactly where it went, but I know it's around this area. Oh, it's right here actually. Okay. Let me just make a boat. I'm gonna put this pig in a boat and maybe take it with me. All right, man, let's go. Gonna go on an adventure of a lifetime. Thankfully, this actually connects up to the village. And watch this cool little drift. Look at that, dude. Aren't you impressed, pig? Perfect. You're gonna stay there. You're gonna stay there for right now. Oh, and there's a cow here, too. And another blacksmith. Okay, these first couple villages have been huge. Successfully survived the first day. There's a couple strays around here. And you're gone. There's actually a lot of animals over here. There's 2 sheep and 2 cows. So I don't actually even need that pig. Don't mind me, man. Just got an arrow in the top of my head. I'm good. We're fine. I can survive this. Let me check out this blacksmith. Iron pickaxe. I will immediately take that to upgrade. And some oak saplings. Wait, I didn't even think about that. That's an awesome find. I don't know if there's any other way to get oak saplings except from a trader. So finding those 4 is phenomenal. I didn't even know that was possible. This 1 hay bale is also mine. Thank you. I will be grabbing up all of this wool here too. This is actually a really good building block to use with stone. So why not? I'm just gonna get rid of the floor inside. Let's replace it with a nice cold cobblestone floor. That's probably good, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and move these other two like random free roaming cows into this pen, just so we can at least ensure that they're safe. I'm gonna breed them up a little bit too. I don't know if these guys would despawn if I didn't do this, but kind of just want to play it a little safe. And I think now the pig and I are gonna go try to find a place to live. I'm gonna head this way. This area over here looks like it has some potential. Oh, I'm not a good driver. I'm sorry, pig. Might be difficult to kind of transport you around. So you know what? You hold down the fort here. All right. I'm gonna venture this way, and I'll be back for you. There's another village at the top of this mountain. Like I said earlier, though, I feel like I could just, like, infinitely loot these villages, so I do have to stop, and there's, like, another one over there. That's what I'm talking about. These villages are just everywhere. There's a cool mountain with another village. They're really just everywhere, man. Okay. Over here somewhere is where I'm gonna live. For sure. This landscape looks really cool. My problem is, how do I get all these animals over here? I think what I'm gonna do is... Me and Pig are gonna make it. I gotta name this pig. Let's name him Hubert. Where'd he go? Wait, I lost him. Yep, Hubert. Where are you? There's an igloo over there. I'm getting distracted. Where's Hubert? He's down here, right? There he is. What's up, Hubert? All right, so me and good old Hube here. We're gonna head off and try to find a spot to live. And then I'll bring the other animals back later. I just gotta be careful not to kill my man Hubert, because I keep accidentally hurting him by slamming into things. No, Hubert! Oh! No! No! Hubert! I'm gonna kill him. I shouldn't have given him a name. I'm too attached now. Okay, we're kind of cooking now. This isn't so bad. Alright. Somewhere over here surely is a cool spot to live, right? Perfect. Alright, come on, Hubert. You're coming with me. We can scale this mountain together, buddy. No, dude, stop getting distracted, man. Come on. Lock in, man. We have work to do. Alright, Hubert, don't go anywhere. Gotta take a nap. Look at him. He's being so good. Okay. I think this area over here is calling to me. That mountain looks sick. We could definitely find some flat land over here to build. It is going to be a pain to get the other animals over here, though. If I find a village closer to this that has cows and sheep, I'm just going to forget about the other ones. Honestly, though, as long as I have Hubert, I'm happy. I can't complain. You know, this area up here actually looks pretty cool. It's pretty flat. I can put a pretty tiny house right up here. We have a pretty cool view of that mountain. I can kind of continue to terraform around here to flatten this off even more. Just to add some more structures. There's a village right there. This is going to be home. I'm calling it here. Hubert, we've made it. To celebrate, you can sit right there. And you can have another potato. I'm just going to go ahead and dig a small room in the side of this mountain just to give myself some temporary shelter. I'm going to also go ahead and just plant these few oak trees around here so we can get these growing. I'm so happy that I found these. Like I said, I had no idea that those could even spawn in these villages, but man, I'm excited. All right, Hubert, I know it's not much, but at least we have a place to call home. It's warm. We can go to bed. This is pretty good for us, I think. This is good. This is everything that we're going to need for right now. And that tree grew right when I walked out. Lovely. Hopefully this gives us a bunch of oak saplings. I mean, I have 3 others planted. There's almost no way we run out of oak. I do want to make getting animals over here a priority, so I'm going to start by leveling off the terrain here a little bit. I want to try to plan this out so, like, wherever my temporary pens go is also going to be where, like, my permanent barn is going to go. And I feel like here is probably a good spot. I think spending the time now to do this will definitely be worth it. I'm thinking my actual starter house could probably just be tucked right back in there. I'm thinking something very basic. Just, like, mostly a rectangle, maybe with, like, an extra room sticking off or something, just to change up the shape. And then close by, like, right up here, we can have a barn, eventually. So, I think just kind of terraforming this now probably makes the most sense. I still haven't even looted this village over here just yet. I will get to that in a second. I'm not in really any kind of rush. If this is the first video you're seeing of mine, I take a very relaxed approach to Minecraft. I don't really like rushing things too much. It's kind of cool just, you know, taking your time, building things as you go. That's my favorite way to play the game, so that's how I like recording it too. Unfortunately, terraforming and chopping down those trees took pretty much my entire day here. So I'm not going to really be able to get any other animals over here. I don't want to do that at night. I don't want to waste too many of the nights, though. I'm going to be sleeping a decent amount of them, but I do think I should probably use this one mining? We can probably make a little strip mine in here somewhere. Before I do that, though, I want to put a better looking ceiling in here. And by better looking, I mean just oak. Nothing special. All right, let's start digging down. Hopefully we can get to deep slate level. I think I'm gonna want some deep slate for my starter house. I'm imagining like a stone, deep slate, and spruce wood color palette. Oh, there's a massive cave directly under here. All right, we're gonna have to get a little creative. Good to know this is here, though. It's definitely something we can explore later. Hey, found a little iron on the way down. This can make me 2 more pickaxes. That should allow me to get down to deep slate level then, because I'm at like Y30 right now. Yeah, Y34. I'm not gonna be able to make it with this one that I have, but a few more should do the trick. Ooh, and there's andesite right here. Okay, I'm gonna need some of that too. Andesite looks really good when you pair it with some stone. It acts as a really nice highlight. That's also why I got that light gray wool, because the light gray wool is a shade lighter than the andesite, so that works well together too. And it is day 4 now. I don't really want to waste the sunlight doing this, so we can continue making the staircase going down at nighttime. I do want to keep trying to get some animals over here, so let's continue that. Let me just kind of clear out my inventory here. All right, let me continue cutting down this hill. Should be able to accomplish this today and hopefully bring over a couple animals. Hold on, before I do anything else, let me try to remember to do this. I heard somewhere that if you place your doors open, zombies won't try to bust them down. I was a little worried when I was digging the staircase at night that a zombie would break this down and Hubert would get out. I wonder, will this also mean that Hubert doesn't try to leave? Because does he think that this door is closed now? I think he might think the door's closed. Okay, that could be pretty big for us. Okay, 1 more iron shovel down. Nothing like having already broken like 4 iron shovels before I hit day 5. Another full day spent leveling off some dirt. I feel like day 5 might be the day that we finally get to the animals. Who knows though? Let's go ahead and continue with the staircase throughout the nighttime here. I'm probably not going to continue to stay up most of the nights. I just think like the first like 20 or so days, it's definitely worth it. Because you still need so many things, especially underground. And I don't really like wasting my days mining, so I don't mind spending the nights doing it. Hey, there we go. We're finally into deep slate level. I might as well continue this all the way down to diamond level though. All right, popped into a little cave, but it doesn't go anywhere. So I could very easily just light this up and we can continue pushing on through. Got another little cave with a little bit of iron in it. Oh, some diamonds. Let's go. First diamonds of the world. All right, how many diamonds is this gonna be? Oh, it's more than 1. There's 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? Man, I wish that was 5. I really can't see anything. I know you guys can't either, but I think that's all the diamonds. Okay, 4 is not bad. 4 is definitely not bad. I am completely out of torches though, so let me head back up again so I can craft a few more of those. And actually it's day 5, so we'll continue the staircase again at nighttime. Oh, and it's snowing. Dude, look at this. Look how magical it is, man. I think someone wants to come outside. You want to come look at the snow? Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Yeah, all right. Let's take you back inside. I don't want you dying. Okay, today's the day. Today's the day where we figure out some food. I don't know if I'm gonna get the animals over here today, but the worst case scenario is I'm just gonna start a little crop farm just so we can at least eat some potatoes. But I'm gonna try to get some animals over here. I would love to get the cows and the sheep that I found on like day 1 or 2, whenever that was. I would love to get those guys over here, but I just feel like that's gonna be too much of a hassle right now. So realistically, it's probably my best interest to check out this village, see if there's any animals I can steal from there. And then if there's not, I'm just gonna start the crop field, and then we could work on bringing over the other animals that we found earlier one of these other days. I'll continue that terraforming later too. Okay, let's finally check out this village. I'm not seeing any animals in this village, but there is a smoker villager right there. So I feel like there's supposed to be some animals. Maybe they just kind of wandered off. So let me head home and just plant a crop field for now, just so we can get something going in terms of food. Plant down everything that I have. Luckily I do have 23 potatoes, so we should actually get a decent bit of return on those. I do have some beetroot seeds. I'm really never going to eat those, but might as well plant them. And I also have enough snowballs to to ruin this creeper's day. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get away from me. That was it. I am unfortunately out of iron, but I can make a couple copper pickaxes. Let me make 3 of those. I'll save my iron pickaxe if I find some diamonds. But we can continue with the staircase going all the way down. I feel like I should be able to finish it before day 6, but let's see. Maybe I won't be able to finish this, dude. These copper pickaxes take forever. Hey, we got some more diamonds though on the way down. It's gonna be 3 diamonds at least. Oh, there's one over there too. 4 diamonds, is that it? That is all, but 4 diamonds is huge. All right, negative 59 is right here. This is where I like to do all of my strip mining, my branch mining, whatever you want to call it. Looks like I just didn't make it as well. It is now day 6. Sweet. Now I can spend my nights trying to find some diamonds and just other miscellaneous stuff down here. I'm glad I took the time to do this. I always procrastinate making a mine or like a staircase going all the way down to bedrock. I'm glad I did this within like the first week of the world. It did give me a lot of materials as well. A good head start on the starter house materials. Actually gonna smelt some of this down. And thankfully, I have a bucket of lava, so I can smelt 100 blocks. And I get the bucket back. I need to find some dripstone. I really do. I want to make a lava farm as early as I can. I gotta take advantage of lava farms a lot more. I feel like I usually don't. They are incredibly effective. But it is daytime again. So, let me go see if I can get some animals. We should definitely do that. And I'm gonna make some temporary pens out of oak wood. Because actually, I have more oak wood than I do spruce. I don't know why that tree over there isn't growing. Wonder if there's something around it that is making it not grow. I'm just gonna plant the trees down here on the ice. I don't know if it was like the snow layers that stopped those trees from growing. But at least this way too, there's not gonna be any podzol everywhere. It'll only be on that strip of grass. But let me make a couple of these temporary pens, like I was saying, out of these oak logs. Okay, now quickly before it gets too dark out, let me just put down a small box over here. And there we go. We have a little animal enclosure. So then on day 7, I can actually get some animals over here. Oh, we have 1 wheat seed. It's worth it. Let me go plant it. All right. Let's get back into our little hobbit hole type of thing over here. And yeah, I'm going to continue mining. Might as well go through these 2 copper pickaxes. I'm going to save the iron one still for diamonds if we find any. So let me head down here and let's see what we can find. All right, that wasn't too bad. Just started this mine right here. I've already found some diamonds. Oh, and there's a couple more. This is why you always mine around your diamonds, by the way. You miss out on a lot if you don't do this. Got some more diamonds here. It's at least 3. Oh, at least 4. At least 5. At least 6. And it looks like there's going to be 6. Okay, it is day 7. It actually could have been in that last clip when I was mining diamonds. I didn't even look. But 8 diamonds. Not so bad for only that amount of a mine. We can probably start making some diamond tools now. I think at least a pickaxe and an axe would probably go a long way. Okay, I will be making that pickaxe. I will also be making that axe. And then I think we could just pocket the other 10. I was thinking about potentially making some armor, but I think we'll be all right. I just want to be able to repair my tools if I need, or just craft another pickaxe or axe if needed. So I'm just gonna let those 10 chill. And then I have 7 pieces of iron on me, so we can at least finish off our set of armor. And let's exchange the leather pants for some copper leggings, just so there's a little bit more protection there. Okay, so we're feeling a little bit better now. All right, so let me venture out and let me see if I can bring back all of those animals that I saw earlier. I'm mainly just looking at the cows. I kind of don't care about the sheep, if I'm being honest. The sheep actually might be a little bit more useful than I'm thinking. I plan on using light gray wool a decent amount in this world, because like I was mentioning before, it does fit really well with stone and andesite and stuff. And is it that village over there? I feel like it might be. It's either that one or that's just an entirely fresh village. Either way, I'm gonna head that way. I don't think this is the village that has my animals in it. Yeah, definitely not, because I wouldn't have left the chest. Oh, this one has a library in it though. Sick. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, dude. Look how many bookshelves are in here. This almost gives you enough to get a full enchanting setup just from one library. That gave me 33 books. I can make 11 bookshelves out of that. I only need, what, you need 15, I think? I only need 4 more. It's actually insane how much you get out of just one librarian's house. All right, second village check. Is it this one? It's definitely this one. They're like down over here, aren't they? Yes, I found them. Cool. Okay, this is gonna be quite difficult, making sure they all come back with me, but if I take my time, I should be okay. Excuse me, I'm gonna borrow this for a second. I forgot my bed. All right, let's continue. This might actually take all of day 8. My house is all the way over there still, and I don't have a bed on me. I'm committed though. We're gonna do the journey with these guys. I don't want to lose them all. I feel like if I ran over to the village to sleep or ran back home to sleep, I would have a hard time corralling them back again. So we're just gonna push through. We could do this. The final push, boys. Come on. We're almost there. I can see it. Come on. Leave me alone. Oh, there's creepers. Oh, no. What do I do? There's an imposter in here. Ah! Come on. Oh, no. I'm losing some of them. I'm losing them. Get back here. We did it. We did it. Come on, get in. We did it. Man, that was a grind. Okay, I'm going to bed. Okay. All right. It's the next day. We're good. We're safe. We made it. We got the animals in. I think what I'll probably do here today is just try to gather up some materials around my base. Like maybe try to figure out why my spruce trees aren't growing. They're still not down there for some reason. But I want to start preparing to build my house. I have a lot of the stone materials that I'm going to need. I think I just need to stock up on some wood. I really don't have too much. And I actually do have to spend a little bit more of this right now. So I'd actually like to partition this pen off into 2 different pens. One for the sheep, one for the cows. Most of the cows are already over here. Can I get them all in this corner, potentially? Maybe. Hold on. Wait. That almost worked. And it worked perfectly. Wow. That was way faster than I thought that was going to be. So let me continue collecting up some wood for a little while. I think I have a couple bones, so I could probably like force those trees to grow down there. And then I can kind of start laying down the foundation of the house. It's not going to be huge, so I really shouldn't need too many materials. But let me spend the day here kind of collecting up some stuff, doing some chores, replanting my crops, doing all that fun stuff. And I'll be back when I can start building. And alright, the exterior of the house is now, I think, completely done. There might be some additional stuff I add later to this once I get access to more materials. But I think this is looking really, really good. I do have to move on to the interior now, but it's dinner time, and I'm hungry, okay? I'm gonna go eat some stuff, and I'll do that afterwards. Alright, I do want to move on to working on the interior of the house now. I want to get that completely detailed here on day 16, or at least started on day 16. But I need to gather up a little bit of wood before I can start doing anything on the inside. Okay, so I got about 3 stacks now of stripped spruce logs. That should be more than enough to finish off this interior. First thing I'm going to do, though, is actually throw on a bit of a ceiling on the inside. And I'm going to probably go as, like, simple as possible. Let's just throw down a couple upside down stairs, and then let's just put some slabs in the middle. And before I forget, let me actually put some light up here. And I only misplaced 1 slab. That's pretty good for me, actually. Next up, I want to put down some barrels to signify where the pillars are going to go on the inside. I think we could do something like this. So I figured all of my storage will go right here, just right when you walk in, and then we'll have a little partition here into a different room, and this will be the bedroom. This should be enough chests to get me through probably this entire world. This is 20 double chests. That should be plenty. And I gotta be honest, I feel like most of this day here is probably going to be spent just moving stuff over. That always takes way longer than I expect it to. But let's grab everything that I own and let's start transporting it over to the new house. The sun is setting here on day 17, but it actually didn't take me too long to move everything inside. The rest of the day was spent just designing this interior. So everything is moved in and organized, and also it just looks a little bit better in here now. It's not great because I really don't have access to too many blocks, but it's fine. As we get more decorative blocks, I can always add to this. This should be everything that I'm gonna need, at least for now, so I'm happy with it. I do want to get one more blue bed, actually, because I want to make my bed just too wide. There's no real reason to do that, it just looks better. There should be a blue bed over here that I can steal, and I also might snag a couple of these lanterns as well, because I want to throw some inside. Like, you guys don't need 2 right there. You also don't need 2 over here. You know, it's still perfectly lit up. Just give me a blue bed, please. And like, you don't need this lantern, right? You can just put a torch. That's good. Or this one as well. Yeah. You don't need those. I found a blue bed. I'm sorry. I'll sleep over here though, just so you guys don't get attacked by zombies. All right, let's head back home to our beautiful little cabin. And now we have our nice, like, king or queen size bed over here. It's beautiful. I think the next, like, big thing I would like to get accomplished in this world is I want to get a full enchanting setup. That's, like, usually the logical next step after building a house. I already have 33 books, so I don't need too many more. But just to prepare to get those additional bookshelves, I'm gonna set up another little crop farm over here. I keep getting distracted. Literally, like 15 seconds ago, I was just throwing, like, 4 stacks of snowballs over here. I don't know why I did that, man. Like, the day's almost over now. Why did I waste the time doing that? It's alright. I think I'm gonna use the nighttime to mine anyway, so I'm gonna get some use out of it. But let me just at least finish tilling this grass. And actually, my cat just started scratching something, which reminds me, it's been a really long time since I've showed you guys pictures of my cats. So look at them. Like the video, please, for them. All right, obviously don't do it for me. Do it for the cats. But anyway, I have a stack and 16 torches. So let's head over here to the mine building. What's good, Hubert? And let's head down and see how many diamonds I could get in this night. It's now day 19, so let's check back on the diamond haul. I didn't actually mine any of these because I'm waiting for fortune, but we got actually a lot. So we have a vein of 3 right there. Then we have another vein of, how many is this? 5? Unless there's some above. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so that's 8 total right now. Then we have this vein of 8. So that's 16 total. A vein of 3, so we got 19, and I think that's it. But 19 diamonds in one night, certainly not bad. And I guess while I wait for my crops to grow, so I can continue breeding up my animals, I'm just gonna continue working on this little terraforming project that we started a little while ago. I really cannot wait until I get efficiency on a shovel, man. This is awful. And you know what? I think since I have a whole bunch of excess diamonds down there in the mine, I'm gonna finally go ahead and just make myself a diamond shovel. It's gonna make my life a lot easier. I think this terrain looks a lot better now. It's a lot more smooth. There's still some like little weird sections, like over here and over there. But I feel like if I just keep terraforming, it's gonna end up being 100 days of me terraforming in a snow-only world, and that's not what I want to do. And wheat just takes way too long to grow. I wish I could breed cows with something else. Normally, I don't have this problem, because, you know, in a typical Minecraft world, I steal all of the hay bales from every village. These villages, though, the snow villages, don't really have too many hay bales. So I haven't really been able to steal that many. I really shouldn't need to breed these guys up too many more times. So what I think I'm going to do, actually, is fish a little bit. But this does get slightly complicated. Because in order to fish up treasure, you need some amount of space around your bobber that isn't, like, regular blocks. I think it has to be either, like, water or air blocks or something like that. I don't know the exact space that you need, but I'm hoping that this box will be enough. This is an 11 by 11 spruce box. I'm gonna build this up a couple blocks and let's throw a roof on it. I think this should stop the ice from forming. And I'm out of spruce. Man, where am I gonna get more spruce from? I have no idea. All right, so now I should be able to get rid of all of this ice. And we can just kind of hang out right here, and hopefully if I fish at least towards the middle, this will eventually give me some treasure. I suppose if it doesn't, at least I'm getting some fish out of this, so it's at least somewhat productive. I'm gonna spend all of day 20 doing this. Let's dedicate one entire day to fishing. Or I guess until my fishing rod breaks, because I don't have enough string to make another one. Oh wait, we got a name tag. Let's go. We can actually name Hubert. We can officially name him. I don't have enough iron to make an anvil, but it's all right, dude. We'll name him soon. All right, it's day 21. I didn't really get too much. Fishing might stink. It might not be good. At least with like an unenchanted fishing rod, it might. I just need to get lucky enough to fish up an enchanted one. Maybe it's this. Come on. It just takes so long. Fishing rod. Fishing rod. Nope. I'm gonna leave this little structure here. This might actually be the best thing I've ever built. But did that at least grow my crops? It actually kind of did. All right, we're getting closer. Got me 7 pieces of wheat. We're definitely getting closer. I'm not even level 30 yet, though, so I can't even enchant if I wanted to. The levels don't really concern me at all, though. I could definitely trade with some villagers to level up really easily. If I just cut down all of my spruce trees down there and then trade with a couple Fletchers, I will level up really, really easily. We did, of course, fish up this name tag, though. So I think what I should do is go collect up enough iron so I can actually use this name tag on our boy Hubert. And the way I'm going to do that is by heading back towards spawn. Because if you guys remember, there was that weird like mountain, like terrain generation, where I got my first stone. There was a lot of coal in there, and I'm imagining there's probably also a lot of iron. I could maybe check out like these mountains up here. Like there's probably iron up there that I could go grab. But I think there is a couple different cave entrances over by where I'm thinking, so I'm gonna head this way. The issue is I don't really remember exactly where this mountain is, but I just kind of figure if I head towards 0, I'll probably see it. All right, so I see this pillager outpost over here. This is probably the same pillager outpost that I saw a long time ago, back on like day 2. And I think the mountain was near that. Wait, that's a weird village. Is that village just completely surrounded by ice? It is. This is so weird. And there's an igloo over there. Why is there so much ice? Does the world just end? There's another igloo. It feels like the world just like ends right here. This is supposed to be an infinite snowy plains biome. Is this really still snowy plains? Like where I'm standing right now? I know I said I was heading towards the pillager outpost, but I tend to get very distracted in this game. Hey look, this igloo has a basement under it. You can tell because you can completely see it. Oh, cactus. Wait, that's new. Thank you for everything. I'm not gonna heal you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take this stuff home. Oh, wait, villager died? How did... Alright, one more village over here. Let me see if I can find a librarian's house. Oh, there's another village over there. Maybe 2 more villages. And then we finally head to the pillager outpost. Okay, this is the last village right now, no matter what. Even if I see another one, rendering in. I think there is actually one behind this. And you know what? The pillager outpost seems like a day 23 problem. Alright, and there's the outpost. There's probably like nothing even worth it in here, but I guess let's check it out. Hello, hello, how you doing? I'm just gonna go free this iron golem. There you go, man. Go kill everyone. And let's pop inside. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. Got some armor trims, got a handful of wheat, some dark oak logs, and we have a goat horn. Hell yeah. I will definitely have to revisit this place and like probably tear the whole thing down just so I can get these materials. I am certainly not doing that now though. Oh, did they kill my man already? I think they did. That's sad. Man, he fought well. Let me at least grab his iron. I think this is the mountain that I was looking for. There's a little bit of iron up there. I can see already a little bit more. This thing might not really be tall enough to produce a lot of iron. But maybe there's some caves, like within the mountain itself, that will have some. I don't know. Let's go check it out. I'm also going to grab up a lot of the coal that I see because I'm running low on that. Yeah, I kind of misremembered how tall this mountain was. I thought it was going to be big enough to have a lot of iron, but it's definitely just not. There is a cave under here, though, which might have something. I at least see a lot of coal, if anything. I'm really not seeing too much iron in this cave. I mean, there's a little bit that I'm running by. It is just mainly coal in here, which is fine. I mean, I still need this, so I should probably take the time to actually mine it. I just have to be a little bit careful. A lot of these caves are very dark. I got a shield, though. I should be okay. All right, so this wasn't nearly as productive in the iron department as I expected it to be, but 37 raw iron should be enough to make myself an anvil. I also do have a lot of coal, so it was worth it in that aspect, at least. So I'm gonna head back home. We can craft up that anvil, and we can finally get Hubert named. I don't know what I'm doing. I have all these random carpets that I got from the different villages. I'm trying to come up with something for the bedroom. I think that looks cool, but we're gonna keep it for now. Maybe I'll change it later. I most certainly will not change it later. But let's go ahead and craft up an anvil, and let's put that right there. Feels like a good spot for it. Let me grab up my name tag. Let's go ahead and name this Hubert, and let's go name my man. What's up, Hubert? You're now officially Hubert. I'll go ahead and build Hubert like an actual house eventually. But for now, the first little temporary house we had should be good for him. I should be pretty close to being able to make all the bookshelves that I'm going to need. Okay, I think I need 5 more pieces of leather. And that gave me 6 right there. Okay, perfect. So that actually is enough to get enchanting, which is perfect because I really want to start building again. But I was kind of waiting to get level 30 enchants before I build anything else. So let me go ahead and craft up an enchanting table. Let's craft up 13 additional books. And then let's go ahead and make 15 bookshelves. Sweet, we have everything that I'm gonna need to actually enchant with. Where do I want to put this enchanting table eventually? I'm gonna pop into free cam so I can kind of see the area a little bit better. So right, we have our starter house right there. I'm gonna have a barn right here. Could maybe move up over there and put the enchanting table. I can kind of carve away a little bit of this mountain and either throw a building or like a tower over here. I feel like that'll probably work. We can have the pathway kind of come through that way. Yeah, I feel like that works. So I'm going to hollow out a little area over here so we can actually put this enchanting table down and I won't have to move it again later. That should be enough room for, whatever I have in mind. Let's plop down the enchanting table right there. And let's surround it with our 15 bookshelves. It's gonna be uneven, but it's fine. It works. And Fortune 3 is actually the first enchantment that we're guaranteed. I don't know if I've ever been happier. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna craft all of the wood that I have down into sticks. And I'm gonna use these 2 fletching tables to trade with some Fletcher villagers. I'm hoping this will give me the 5 levels that I need to get to level 30. I feel like it'll at least get me really close. I hope these villagers are actually still alive. I stayed up a couple nights around here recently, so very good chance that they're all dead. Oh, we got one, at least. Well, it's good, Jim. All right, you're staying in there forever. Is this your house, man? Sure is. All right, we got 2 Jim. Ready to trade. Yeah, this first round of trading definitely won't be enough to get me to level 30. I just did 1 round there with the first villager, and I went up a level and a half. Now let's trade with the second one. Yeah, we are almost level 28. Where are you going? What? I put your bed back, dude. Just go back in there. Oh, no. Please don't die. All right, you're chilling. You're chilling in there. I suppose I could probably just stay up during the night. I'm sure killing these mobs will probably get me enough experience. Now, how did you blow up? I was definitely far enough away. This is really giving you trouble? And you know what? Breeding the animals here might be able to put us over the edge. There we go. Exactly level 30. I'm gonna go ahead and craft up a fresh diamond pickaxe. And let me also make a sword, finally. just so I can check what the enchantment on that is going to be. Let's go ahead with our first enchantment then. Hopefully this is more than Fortune 3. Let's see what we get. Efficiency 4, Fortune 3. That's amazing. Looting 3 is next on a sword. That might be the two like best enchantments I've ever had back to back. That's phenomenal. I'm gonna head down to the mines now and let's collect up all those diamonds that we found a couple nights ago. And let's see how many we get with our new Fortune 3 pickaxe. What's up, Hubert? How you been? All right, we got 43 diamonds out of that. And that is exactly why Fortune is so powerful. I think with these 43 diamonds now, it is time that we craft ourselves a full set of diamond armor. Why not, right? We have 19 then additional diamonds. Let's take off this crappy iron and copper armor. And now we are way more protected. Full diamond armor by day 26. That's not awful. Man, look at that sunset, dude. It's so scenic. When it's snowing as well. And with the shaders on. Man. What's better than this? Alright, it's sleep time. The next thing that I would like to build is a barn. But I have no idea what kind of barn I want to make. I've been thinking for a little while and I really don't know. I do still have a little bit of time though before I start building to really think about the design and everything. Because I want to get an enchanted axe before I build anything else. Just so like collecting materials is just a lot faster. And I'm level 28 and my next enchant is going to be a sword. I think what that means is I'm going to head to the nether. Yeah, just completely disregard what that guy just said. I don't end up going to the nether now. I kind of planned to. I go underground to get some obsidian and I end up just mining a whole bunch down there. So no nether quite yet. Wait, this is definitely one of those huge iron veins, right? There's a lot of iron exposed and a lot of tuff as well. I feel like this has to be one of those. So we actually might not have to go to the nether right now after all. Because if this actually is one of those iron veins, if I just mine this whole thing out and then smelt it down, that'll give me a ton of experience. Okay, yeah, this definitely is one of those because there's a raw piece of iron right there. All right, I'm gonna spend some time mining this out. This is way safer. And I am fairly certain that all of the iron is mined though. Got about 2 stacks of raw iron. That's not so bad. Okay, another diamond, another couple diamonds. Up to 19. And that also got us to level 30. I found a little bit more diamonds. I'm not even really trying to go caving too much. I just kind of keep finding new places to run. This is a huge diamond vein. Oh, hold on. Wait. I found some more of this iron vein. Or maybe this is just a different one. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have to get any more iron for the rest of this video then. All right, now I have like 4-ish stacks of raw iron. There probably was a little bit more iron in that vein, but I kind of wanted to save some durability on my pickaxe in case I couldn't find my way out. And honestly, 4 stacks should be plenty. All right, sweet, let's get out of here. That actually ended up being way more successful than I thought it was going to be. Okay, please give me more than looting. Let's see. Smite 5 and looting. That's actually not bad at all. I used to hate Smite. I used to only use Sharpness, but I think Smite is actually kind of nuts. And Smite 5 is ridiculous. That's going to let me one-shot all the skeletons and zombies very easily. And if I end up fighting the Wither in this video, I probably won't. But if I do that, I could destroy it. All right, so now I'm kind of back where I just was. Level 28 once again. I am smelting down all of that iron, though, and the gold that we gathered. So I should be able to get this diamond axe enchanted pretty shortly. The only problem is that it's Fortune 2 guaranteed. That's not awful if I could get efficiency and unbreaking. But if it's like just Fortune 2, that would be tragic. I think what I'm gonna do is just re-roll the enchant really fast. It's efficiency 3. I'm gonna do it again. Unbreaking 3. Okay, I'll take my chances with that one. And you know what? I'm gonna keep this efficiency 2 axe. Just in case. Because if that's like Unbreaking 3 and Silk Touch or something, I could just throw Efficiency 2 on that, and that's not so bad. Alright, so now we need 4 levels. That's fine, though. I think I can pretty easily get that around the base here. Alright, after everything's smelted down, I am now level 29. I think for this last level, I'm just going to fish. See a little bit more iron in here. Might as well grab that. That could maybe put us over the edge. Those 2 pieces. Anything down here? Oh, there's some coal. Anything helps. So let me just fish until I get to level 30. I know fishing isn't like a super optimal way of getting levels, but it's fine. All right, I think I've changed my mind. I have only fished 3 times and I'm already kind of over it. It's nighttime, so I'm just gonna go kill some stuff. All right, level 30. We can do it. We can enchant again after I kill this Enderman. And also after I sleep. All right, please give me efficiency. Efficiency 4 would be preferred. Efficiency 4 on breaking 3. All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see there. All right, so now I can very quickly gather up all of my spruce trees. I definitely could have just gathered these up in the amount of time it took me to get all these enchantments, but whatever. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time here just gathering up some resources. I think for right now, I'm mainly going to focus on spruce and oak wood. I'll probably use a little bit of stone blocks in the barn as well, but I think I might have enough of those. So let me just grind this out for a little bit and then I can start building. And I think this is just going to be a time lapse. I'm probably just going to time lapse most of the builds in this video in the sake of time. Also just to kind of break up me yapping. I feel like it's probably a good idea. All right, it's day 42 now, and the exterior of the barn is completely finished. We have an area off to the side here where all the animals are chilling on the inside, and then we also have a little farm over here on the right, and I got rid of the farmland that was in this area before. I think it looks better just attached to the barn. It's a lot less space, and I do only have wheat seeds planted, but honestly, I don't really anticipate needing more than just wheat. I know I could trade the potatoes and the carrots and whatnot with villagers, but I don't really feel like using crops as my way of getting emeralds. It'll probably just be the couple Fletchers I have over there. I'll just get a whole bunch of sticks. Got a little chimney as well, kind of peeking out of the top. I think this build actually turned out pretty good. I had no plan at all when I was going into this, and I think I at least shaped it to the area pretty well. It's a pretty good size too. It's not like massive. I think it fits with the scale of our house. And it doesn't look like it's like overshadowing everything, so I think this thing's pretty cool. I wish I could add more details to the outside. It still looks a little bit bare to me, but this is kind of the best I can do at the moment. If we get more detailing blocks, maybe I'll come back through and actually add some stuff, but who knows. Anyway, the interior is completely empty, aside from this section over here of the animals. I do actually want to work on this now, so let me grab a couple materials and we can start mapping out how this interior is going to go. I think for starters, I'm going to bring all of these beams down, and we're also going to bring them all the way across like this. I am going to get rid of the bottom of each of these pillars, and we're going to throw a barrel there instead. And let me turn friendly mobs down for the time being, because they are going to annoy me if I keep building in here with all that noise. Okay, so let's just get some pretty simple looking archways. Just like that. We can probably hang a couple lanterns there in the middle. And then I'm thinking to work on the ceiling here. I'm just going to add in a couple, like, trapdoor support beams going all the way across. And then we can fill in all of these gaps with a mixture of the deep slate blocks that I used in the ceiling up there. Yeah, just something like that. It's very simple, but this should get the job done. And then we do need a way to get up to the second floor. So I think a staircase probably just going up like that would work. I just don't really know what I'm gonna put up here. There is a very real chance that the upstairs of this building never gets filled in with anything. But at least we have a way up here now. It's a pretty strange looking stairway, but I think it actually kind of looks cool. It sections off the building pretty well. It just looks kind of weird from back here. But I don't know if I care about that. I'm gonna go grab all of the chests that I have. 9 should be plenty. And let's also just kind of stack some barrels over here as well. Pretty sure everything could still be opened, even these barrels back here. It does kind of cover up the window, so I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, that works. When in doubt, throw in a couple composters with some leaves on them. That always looks good. I threw in just this random, like, wall. Here, it's like a half wall to kind of cover the storage, and I think it looks pretty cool, actually. So we're going to leave that. I think this is almost done. I'm not great at doing interiors, and whenever I try to make one that is really detailed, it always takes me like way too long. So I'm trying to do these as quickly as possible. I will exchange out the floor block though. I can at least do that. And coarse dirt always looks good. So that's what it's gonna be. Okay, we should have enough coarse dirt. I'm gonna leave all of this grass on the inside here for 2 reasons. Just so the sheep could actually get their wool back, and also this would be so annoying to change out with all of these animals here. It's honestly more of the second one. And then you could quite literally never go wrong with a little bit of wood storage. All right, then the final thing I'm going to do is just get rid of all of these torches and just replace them with lanterns. All right, the interior is now completely done. Just don't go upstairs. I'm going to eventually come through and add a better pathway than this, but for right now, I'm just going to put just a path block pathway connecting the barn up to the starter house. But yeah, I feel like towards the end of the video, when I'm adding like my final touches to this area, that'll be when I actually design a better looking pathway than this. At least this will stop the snow from populating on the path though. The next like big thing that I would like to accomplish is I think I want to go to the Nether and get all like my blaze rods and ender pearls and stuff like that, just so like I'm ready to go to the end then just whenever I want. But before I go to the Nether, I would like to enchant all of this armor. I probably won't need it enchanted, but I'd rather just play it safe. And I think the safest and probably most productive way for me to get experience right now is by just trading with villagers. So I'm gonna spend the next just probably couple of days, I don't want to do this for too long, just chopping down my trees, converting all of the wood into sticks, trading with my Fletchers, and just kind of repeating that process until I have enough experience levels to enchant everything that I'm gonna need. So let me kind of just grind this out for a little bit, and then I'll probably be back with the first thing that I'm gonna enchant. All right, after just a little bit of trading, I am now up to level 30. So let me run back to my enchanting setup, and let's just enchant some of my armor. Honestly, nothing too great right off the rip. I could get protection 3 just guaranteed on the chest piece. That's not bad. Unbreaking 3 in the helmet's not awful, but I think I'm gonna take the guaranteed protection. It's just protection 3, but that's all right. If I can get at least protection 3 on everything, I'll feel a lot more comfortable going into the Nether. All right, that's one piece of armor down. Let me continue trading. Dude, trading with Fletchers is such an easy way to get experience. I am back up to level 30 once again. And not only am I getting a lot of experience, but I also have a stack and a quarter of emeralds as well, after only like a day of trading. All right, don't mind my inventory as well. It's gonna be cluttered for a while now. But I'm gonna take the protection 3 on the leggings that also got unbreaking 3. That's very nice. And then there's no guaranteed just normal protection on my last 2 pieces right now. So we're gonna have to take a bit of a gamble, but it's all right. And once again, back up to level 30. I think I'm gonna go with the boots, just because there's a chance for feather falling. That would be amazing. Just unbreaking 3. I feel like I probably disenchant those. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. They're kind of useless to me right now. And we got protection 4 guaranteed next, so that's definitely way better. Cool. Level 30 here once again. Let's see if we can get more than just protection 4 in these boots. We can get unbreaking 3 as well. Certainly not bad at all. And then last but not least, we just have our helmet. Unbreaking 3 is guaranteed. Even if that's not like a good protection level, I'll probably just take that and then head to the Nether after. So let's do a couple more rounds of trading, and then we should be good to go. Last but not least here, let's get this helmet enchanted. Fire protection 3, unbreaking 3. Not so bad. I feel way better now about going to the Nether. We also have a ton of emeralds. I have nearly 4 stacks. So whenever I get to trading with some librarians, we'll have more than enough emeralds to get all the books that I'm gonna need. Let me just quickly get a couple things in order before we go to the Nether, and then we can light up this portal. I think I'm probably gonna put this Nether portal somewhere around the enchanting setup. Just for the time being, I'm just gonna put it right back here. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Let's see what kind of Nether spawn we have. It's looking like a very safe Nether spawn, or at least not over like a huge like lava ocean, so that's really nice. I do see an Enderman down here. Might as well kill him. Oh, there's some lava. Okay. That's not terrifying or anything. Got a couple ender pearls there. Let me also make sure my shield is readily available. There's another Enderman around here. Where is he? Oh, I see him. All right, got a couple more ender pearls there. We are up to 4. I just want to find where this Nether opens up. It's got to be somewhere around here. Some soul sand down there. Okay, I'm gonna head down, I guess. Let me actually head down by my portal. Maybe I can just make a staircase down. Because I feel like if I head down this way, I'm probably just gonna get lost. Yeah, let's just head down, like, over here. And this should hopefully open up somehow. Oh, that actually worked out, like, kind of perfectly. Okay, we're in the Nether. Let's see if we could find ourselves a fortress nearby. I think all I really want out of this is just some, like, fire resistance potions. Guess I would take some ender pearls as well. But fire res potions make blazes pretty much completely ineffective. So that would definitely be useful. You know what, you could just take all my gold. It's fine. I'm gonna gather up some quartz while that guy cycles through all his trades. Oh, and also we got some new wood types. That's pretty dope now, actually. I'll probably be back to gather a lot of this wood at some point in the future, maybe for my next build. Like for the enchanting setup, we can probably use some of the nether woods, just because I'm kind of already tired of using oak and spruce. And there's some fire resistance. Okay, 3 minutes of fire resistance. That should be plenty. Got another fire resistance potion. You just get so much like random stuff while trading with these guys. All right, I cycled through all of the gold that I had. Only ended up with 6 pearls, which is kind of unfortunate, but we do have some back at home, so I should be okay. I am gonna go back home though to quickly clear out my inventory, and then once I'm back, we can find a fortress. I actually already had 7 ender pearls at home, so we should be chilling there. I do also want to make a warped fungus on a stick. And let me grab a saddle, which you can craft now, right? Do you need iron? You do need iron. Okay, so we can actually use one of the striders in the nether. I've like never actually used one of those guys before, but I do know they actually kind of move pretty quick. They're a pretty efficient way to actually navigate the nether. I think I'm all ready to go back again. We will take a quick nap though. I don't really like going into the nether at night. That scares me that if I come back at night, I'm just gonna get jumped and die immediately. Before I head back though, I might as well use these 30 enchantment levels. I'll just go ahead and get a shovel enchanted. Silk Touch on Breaking 3. I really wish I had that on a pickaxe, but it's fine. All right, let's head back into the nether and let's go ahead and find ourselves a nether fortress. All right, so I know that there's a big lava lake over here. Can we find ourselves a little friend? No, don't go too far away. No, come here. Come here. No. You leave me alone. Come here, Strider. Yeah. All right, how does this work? Do I just do that? I do. Okay, now I'm on him. And we're going. Sick. Me and my boy. All right, so unfortunately, it doesn't actually look like this really goes into like a huge lava ocean. So you could go back in the lava, my man. Thanks for letting me cross. I was able just to kind of stick to the warped forest, and I do see a bastion down here. I might just kind of peek my head in, just to see if I can get my hands on a quick chest. I really don't want to, like, stay in a bastion. That sounds like a horrible idea. I really don't feel like I should be here. You know what? I actually am just going to avoid this. It's day 50. I don't want to waste all of my progress by dying to a brute, so I'm just going to run away. Dude, I'm just seeing nothing in this nether. Aside from that bastion, I have not found anything. I found another bastion. And there's a chest. Okay, I'm gonna go try to loot that chest. And hopefully we just don't die. Dude, can you move? I'm trying to shoot your friend, who is way stronger than you. God, these brutes are terrifying. I didn't even hit you. Why are you shooting me? Oh, that's not good. We're okay. We're okay. He backed off. The brute should almost be dead. He is dead. Perfect. Okay. Let me go quickly loot this chest. After this gas leaves me alone. Get him. Let's go. My music disc. Where is it? I wonder if it burned. That would be sad. Okay, let me just kind of quickly loot these chests. I'm gonna loot them from up here. I'm still so scared of bastions. Okay, what do we got? Soul Speed 2. A couple bone blocks, a couple pieces of iron. A sharpness 4 golden axe is actually pretty crazy. I'm gonna loot this one other chest, and then I'm calling it for this one. I'm not overstaying my welcome. Oh, I got the netherite upgrade. That's amazing. I actually really don't have to come back to these ever again. I mean, I would have loved Pig Step, but it's fine. Cool. Get me out of here. So even if I don't end up finding a fortress here, this nether adventure would have been still very useful. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and get netherite gear and stuff in this world, but at least I have the option to. Oh, there's a fortress right there. Okay. Alright, we just have to go that way. Ah, man. Here we go. This isn't terrifying at all. Okay, made it into the basalt delta. One of the worst biomes in the game. I think it's just further this way. And it's also officially day 50. Halfway through this challenge. I think it's like diagonal from where I am, so I'm just gonna kind of keep going this way. Hopefully I run into something soon. Oh, alright. We are almost there. Okay, it's right there. This is a terrible nether fortress. I actually never want to come back here. I probably never will. If I can get all the blaze rods and everything, I shouldn't have to. Oh, at least I have a Smite 5 sword. So the wither skeletons shouldn't really be a problem. There was just one right here, though. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, there's two. Also, there's a stray blaze down here. Thank you very much. Is that a wither skull? That is a wither skull. Normally I play on 50 brightness, but I had to crank it up for this. These places are terrifying with low brightness. I feel like you could just get jumped by wither skeletons out of nowhere. Oh, there's just like a million wither skeletons, though. That's sick. I am glad I got this good armor, though. There's a lot of stuff here trying to kill me. Get away from the lava! This is such an annoying nether fortress. Okay, I have 8 blaze rods. It should be enough, but I might as well kill this final blaze over here. Let me not hit the... Let me not hit him. Can you move? Move! I don't want to hit you! Why is this just the most annoying thing ever? There we go, finally. Okay. We have 12 blaze rods. That's plenty. I'm getting out of here. Okay, we have more than what we need. I have 18. That is absolutely plenty. And I actually never found a spawner. So that was kind of just all stragglers. Unless there was a spawner back there and I just didn't see it. I got another skull. I could realistically get a beacon in this world. I really don't want to have to come all the way back here to do that, though. Honestly, I might suck, but I might as well just run around a little bit longer. I'm not going to deal with the blazes, though, because my fire res is off. Oh, I finally found a spawner. That's useless. Is there another one over there? There's another one over there. That's where the spawners were, I guess. Yes, I got the last one. Okay, let's go. We can actually leave now. Just confirming, yeah, I got 3. Perfect. Let's finally get out of here. Man, okay. We finally made it back to the regular nether. No more basalt delta. Let me pull up my coordinates that I took, and let's see if I can find my way back home. But I actually know exactly where I am. I blocked off this lava, like, immediately after coming in. My portal is just right over here. Sick. Dude, let's go. I cannot wait to be in the overworld. I hate being in the nether. Get me out of here. And you know what? I don't want anything coming through here, so I'm breaking this. I have 32 more levels. I might as well go ahead and enchant a pickaxe. Nothing else looked very good, so let's see if we can get Silk Touch. Oh my god, we actually did. And Unbreaking 3. That is replacing that pickaxe probably forever now. What? What did I just flip? Oh, I reached that trapdoor? How did I do that? How did I accidentally flip this trapdoor while trying to close my door? That's crazy. Now, after that stressful nether adventure, I think I'm just gonna spend a couple days just doing my chores around the area. Probably gather up some materials as well. And the next thing I'm gonna build is just something for this enchanting area. Not sure if it's gonna be a building, if it's gonna be a tower. I honestly have no idea. I usually figure out what I'm gonna build just as I'm gathering materials. So, let me just chop down all my trees, probably gather up some stones. It's gonna make it real easy with this new Silk Touch pickaxe. And I might even have to go back to the nether at some point, because I think I'm gonna want to use some nether wood in this somewhere. That'll be the last thing I gather. I'm not going back there for at least a couple of days. So yeah, let me just spend some time in my area here collecting up what I have at my disposal, and I'll probably be back whenever I go into the Nether again. You actually can't be serious that there's a Nether fortress right there. That's my staircase. If I had just continued going straight, I would have found a fortress in like 15 seconds of being in the Nether. But instead, I went that way, and it took me like an hour and a half. Man, you really gotta love Minecraft sometimes. Anyway, I'm here to get some warped wood. I think I'm gonna use that for the enchanting building. I kind of feel like it'll look good as one of the wall colors. And honestly, like, gathering warped wood is the one thing in the Nether that I don't really mind doing too much, because this biome is relatively safe. I just wish these roots decayed. It's so annoying that they don't. Right as I said this biome is relatively safe, it just gets flooded with lava. Okay, love that. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here gathering up this warped wood, and then we can probably just kick it to a time lapse to build up the enchanting building. I swear I am just constantly killing these guys. I've definitely dealt with at least like 10 waves of these pillagers, and they're so annoying every time. Just leave me alone. I'm not even doing anything. I mean, I did take out one pillager outpost that one time, so maybe they're just pissed. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I might have a better solution for this. Alright, anyway, now that distraction's over, I finished the enchanting building. Looks pretty weird from down here, but I think this thing is looking pretty good. I've just been completely winging everything. I mean, that's kind of how I normally play the game, but I feel like this is even more so. Like, usually whenever I build things, I at least have like the shape and the color palette in my head before I start building, but for pretty much every build so far, I only figured it out just as I was going. And I think it looks solid. It's a good change of color. I like the warped wood in the walls instead of just going back to like oak or making the whole thing stone or spruce or whatever. I think this is a pretty nice change of pace. But of course, as you probably would have guessed, the interior is entirely empty. And that is what I would like to start working on right now. But I guess before I do, I might as well enchant something again. I am level 30. And let's just design a way, I guess, to get up to the enchanting table. I think I am actually just going to leave it there in the mountain. So let's just have like a staircase kind of right when you walk in. I think this will give us enough room to walk to either side of the staircase as well. All right, now that I'm up here, let's see what we can get on some boots. It's Unbreaking 3, which I do not need. Still looking for Feather Falling. Oh, you know what I could check actually? I could check a bow. Kind of forgot that that's a thing. Oh, and I just now realized as well, my brightness is still all the way up. Let's bump that down. I like 50 brightness. Makes the game feel a little bit better. All right, let's get a fresh bow, and I'll probably just take whatever enchant I can get on this. Oh, it's guaranteed infinity. That's fantastic. Unbreaking 3, no power. That's a little bit unfortunate, but at least I got infinity. Let's start working on the interior then by taking out the floor. And I honestly just figured this out, but if you have a Silk Touch shovel and you mine snow, you actually get the layers. I didn't know that, and you can like pile them on top of each other. I had no idea that was a thing. I honestly only thought you could use snow layers in creative. I did actually use a couple of them around the pathway. You can't really see out of these windows, but like you can see right there, a little bit of elevation difference. I think it's gonna look cool, kind of bordering the path. So that'll be something that I incorporate whenever I finalize the path design. I hope I have enough time to do that. I should. I usually do in these 100-day videos. Like the last couple of days, I'll usually just spend making the area look better. But I suppose if I don't end up having enough time, the pathways look good enough. All right, I just made another crafting table. Oh well, we're gonna put one right there. And let's get a bunch of these slabs, and I'm gonna fill in the floor with just oak wood slabs for now. And I kind of figured that this building could also double as my villager trading hall if I end up actually getting to that point. I'm honestly not entirely sure if I'm going to end up moving villagers over here. But if I do, I think I'll have enough space on the first floor of this building to actually house them. So I think we can make a couple pods kind of lining the walls that don't have windows. All right, something like this should work out pretty well. Had to be a little bit creative with the corners here. I couldn't just put one pillar here and then leave this one empty because, like, if I were to have done that, it would have been like that, right? And then if there's a villager there and there, I can't have two job blocks here. There might have been another solution, but I think this looks fine. And I'm going to go with a different ceiling block here for the inside. Instead of deep slate, I'm going to use some of this tough brick. I think that'll look pretty cool. All right, something like that works. There's enough space to actually still walk up this staircase. I do want to get a better way to actually walk over here, so maybe we just get rid of a couple of those and just do that. That look weird. Maybe like an upside down stair there and there. It looks a little funky, but it works. I think for this ceiling up here, though, I am going to use deep slate, so let me just go grab some. All right, now at least now everything has a roof covering it. I do still have to design this room. It looks terrible still. But I'll get to that. That shouldn't take too long. And then, yeah, as for, like, up here, it's gonna stay empty. I always end up making my houses, like, far too big for whatever they actually need to house. And then I just never fill up all the space. I guess let's start working on this enchanting room here. Gonna switch up the floor very, very slightly. Let's do some stripped oak logs instead of the oak slabs. Let's go ahead and throw in the walls. They're gonna stay the warped wood. Let me also not forget about the back wall. I'm gonna frame this room out just a little bit better. And also let me throw a torch down because it is very dark. I'm gonna frame this room out a little bit better using some stripped spruce wood. Let's also put some stripped spruce back here. And let me get rid of another layer of the ceiling here. And we can fill that in with something else. I don't really know what that block is going to be right now. I could just use like deep slate or tough or something. But I kind of want something cooler. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have an idea. I'm going to use composters. A bit of a weird block to use for a ceiling, but they do look pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely looks interesting. Let's get rid of these composters here. And these ones over here as well. And I feel like I could probably connect up some spruce logs going like that. And then we can put in some lanterns and some nice archways. All right, so that is what the new enchanting setup looks like. Way better than that little cave that we dug out. I definitely would like to have some storage in here. Maybe just like that on either side. And then we can kind of frame this out with some spruce wood. Yeah, and then maybe like a row of barrels next to here. Yeah, something like that will probably look pretty good. Let's get 2 of these little storage units on either side. It's gonna make the floor up here look a little bit weird, but it's fine. This doesn't really make any sense, but I kind of like the leaves on top of the chests over here. And that really makes the floor up here look super weird, but it's all right. I'll cover this with something, I guess. Speaking of leaves, though, we can definitely find some more spots for some. I think some in the enchanting room are going to look pretty good. And then actually, instead of having the upside down stair there, we can probably put 2 leaves like this. Let's get a little fence up here so I can stop breaking my ankles, which will actually act as really good spots for some lanterns. I also think I kind of want a table in the middle here. Yeah, something pretty small on either side, just to also have a couple more spots for lanterns. I think that fills out the space pretty nicely there too. I think I'm going to leave up here empty for now. I don't want to just put more storage up here. That's probably what I would end up doing, just because I don't really have a use for this room. It's just kind of a way to get to the enchanting setup. But if I figure out a use for up here, we have a good amount of space to actually put something. So for now, I think this building is done. You can't really see it because of all the snow, but I think this is a very nice welcome addition to the area. I know I just said a little bit ago that I wasn't sure if I was ever actually going to put villagers down here, but I think that's exactly what I'm going to do now. We have 10 spots for villagers down here. So I think what I'm probably going to do is bring over 2 of my Fletchers and then just breed those villagers in that building. And then their offspring can just probably all be librarians. I think 2 Fletchers will probably be enough to fuel all the emeralds I'm going to need. I mean, realistically, I don't think I'm going to need any more emeralds than that. but I guess I might as well have a couple just to play it safe. And moving villagers is a lot easier now, but it is still a pain. Right, this might actually work out a little bit easier than just bringing the Fletchers over. These two leather workers, both in the same house. Don't worry, I will put your house back to normal in a second. I don't know exactly how your house was, but... that works. It's functional. All right, come on, Jim. Should be smooth sailing from here. The problem is I don't want you guys taking jobs right away. So I wonder if I should just make them librarians first with the trades that I want. And then I can move them in there. That's probably smart. All right, that's what I'm going to do. You guys stay there for right now. I think I'm actually going to let those villagers turn into zombies as well. I do have a splash potion of weakness. I might as well use it. I do need a little bit more gold, though, because I only have one golden apple. Ah, here we go. This zombie has a shovel. That should make it really quick. I'm sorry that you guys are going to have to go through this, but I'll make it better. Don't worry. Let's see. Is he doing his job? He is doing his job. He killed them both. Perfect. All right, make them just a temporary dirt hut. All right. Those gyms should be chilling in there now. And I guess if it is the first video you're watching of mine, I call villagers gyms sometimes. I don't really know why. It's been like a meme of the channel since Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, which was a long time ago. But let me head into the cave really quickly. There's probably some exposed gold down here. I found some. Oh, and some more diamonds down here. Oh, and then some more gold over here. Okay, cool. Should be plenty. All right, let's take a nap. I really hope it thunderstorms tomorrow, just so I can skip the entire day. I don't even want to do anything on this cursed day. Surely something's going to go wrong on day 67, right? All right, 2 golden apples. We have a splash potion of weakness. Let's go ahead and cure these villagers. And I think I'm going to sit here the whole time, because my thought is that if I leave to go do anything else, one of the villagers will cure faster than the other one, and then the remaining zombie will just kill that villager again. But I think if I'm standing here, they'll be aggroed on me. Hopefully. I guess let's see if this works. We're looking good. This villager is cured, and the front zombie villager is not attacking him. I think we're in the clear. This is going, like, way too well. Something is bound to go wrong. Can I do that, and can you turn? Okay, this is actually beautiful. Okay. The plan is going to be to get this villager to trade me something that I want. I'm looking for a handful of different things. Mending, obviously, being one of them. I could use efficiency. Could probably use unbreaking. Could use feather falling. So kind of whatever I get first, I will take. I guess this lectern hits both of them. Perfect. So let me do this for a while. And let's see what we can get. Oh, normally I would have taken that, but I actually already have an infinity bow. Look at that. That was so fast. That really was not long at all. Dude, I started watching a video, and I'm like 45 seconds into it. I'm just gonna buy as many mending books as I can. Okay, that might be too many. I just bought... is that 10 mending books? That's not too many. I'll use them all. That's fine. Let me go store these mending books away. And then I'll also grab a handful more books. And I don't know what I'm looking for next. Like, I don't know what the next most valuable enchantment for me is. Efficiency would be really nice, because then I can put it on my shovel and then put efficiency 5 on my pickaxe and my axe. But then unbreaking would be good on the sword, but I mean, at the same time, I just got mending, so... it's probably efficiency. Efficiency or feather falling. I will take either of those. Let's get back to it. Surely this is going to take much longer. There's no way I get that lucky again, right? I feel like I can't not take this one. I didn't even think of this possibility, but power 5 is huge. I'm going to take that. I do still need a couple more books, though. So I think I should probably bring a few more villagers over here. It is nighttime, though, so I'm gonna sleep next to these guys. And before I bring anyone else over, let me get those 2 villagers situated in their little pods. All right, we can do this pretty easily. Just don't make it too complicated, please. Let me just block off the door. And let me also block off up here. Don't think they can go anywhere else except for this first floor. Can one of you get in the minecart? Come on. Perfect. Go in there. All right. You are in where you have to go. Put the lectern in front. But now I want to destroy that minecart. Please don't teleport outside of this. I've had this happen a lot, where the villager, after I destroy the minecart, just teleports. He's good. He's stuck. Perfect. You're actually already on the rail as well. So that was like way too easy. This whole process has been suspiciously easy. This is never this simple. I almost don't want to get any more villagers. I feel like I'm going to ruin this. And the more that I've been thinking about this, I don't think I actually need to populate this entire area with villagers right now. That feels like it could be a potential 200-day problem if I end up making another video on this world. But for the 100 days here, I shouldn't need more than only a couple more villagers. I was just looking at my enchantments, and the 3 other remaining enchantments that I need, still Feather Falling and Efficiency, and then I also just would want to get an Unbreaking villager. Because whenever I go get some Elytra, getting Unbreaking on it is really, really important. So let me repeat this process 3 more times. I'm not going to be curing the villagers 3 more times. I just wanted to use that 1 splash potion of weakness that I had. I have more than enough emeralds to afford everything at normal prices. I think this was probably the easiest time I've ever had dealing with villagers. It only took me a couple days, and we got a whole bunch of villagers now in this building. I ended up getting more than just librarians. Just because, you know, boats can fit 2 villagers. So rather than just bringing 3 more over, I just brought 4. So we have another Fletcher here now. Just to go ahead and get some emeralds. But now all of these villagers trade a really good book. We got an Unbreaking 3 villager, Feather Falling 4, Efficiency 4. This is, of course, the Mending villager and the Power 5 villager. So we're in a really good spot. And because of that, I'm going to start preparing to beat the game. I think this is a good opportunity to do this. Our gear is very, very well kitted. I wasn't able to put Mending on everything, but we have much better tools than we did just a little bit ago. So just quickly, we have Mending on the Silk Touch pickaxe. I have Mending on the sword. I have Efficiency and Mending on the shovel. And then we have Mending on the axe. And of course, I put Power 5 on the bow. And we put Feather Falling on the boots. But none of the armor has Mending, but it shouldn't really be a problem. I do want to go ahead and make a spyglass, though. Because I'm pretty sure it's an achievement to look at the Ender Dragon with a spyglass. And if I'm not mistaken, getting the Dragon's Breath in a glass bottle and the spyglass advancement are the only 2 advancements, at least that I can think of right now, involving like the first Ender Dragon. I'm pretty sure there is an advancement to respawn the Ender Dragon. So if I'm going to end up getting a lot of the advancements in this world at some point, like, I'm going to have to respawn it anyway. But let's smelt up some copper and let me head over here and grab some sand. I actually don't know if I've ever actually crafted a spyglass before. But I'm sure it's like, what, copper and glass? That would make the most sense. That's clay. Or sand. There we go. Oh, I need amethyst to make a spyglass. I'm not doing that. I have no idea where a geode is. Oh well, that was a slight waste of time. It's fine though. So I think I do have everything that I'm going to need to take down the Ender Dragon. I feel like I always end up missing something. But we have enough food. We have building blocks. We have all of the Eye of Enders. Or Eyes of Ender. I feel like it should be Eyes of Ender. I don't know. I'm not sure which one it is. Regardless, we have 13. I have my infinity bow. We have all enchanted armor or tools and whatnot. I think I'll be fine. I really hope this isn't where the world ends. Oh, let me grab a water bucket. I knew I forgot something. And I think with the water bucket, we are now completely ready. So let me throw my first eye. And it's directly behind us. It is straight this way. And the first one popped. Okay. And there goes the second one. That's amazing. There is an Enderman right here, though. I am absolutely killing him. Fortunately, the Enderman only dropped 1 pearl, but still, that'll bring us up to 12 if we need that one. It's still off in this direction. Please don't break. Thank you. And the next one broke. I'm getting really unlucky with these Eyes of Ender. There's another Enderman to my right. Definitely going to take him out. There's like every other mob in the game over here. Jesus. I just want to kill the Enderman. Okay, I got another Ender Pearl. That was such a hassle. Okay, I hate these strays. I might have to sleep. I was hoping not to sleep so I could spawn back in my house. But I might not be able to take this. I'm going to sleep in this village. I don't care. Oh, it's straight down. Where did that... Oh man, where did that eye go? I have no idea where that eye went, and I really can't afford to lose anymore. I unfortunately think it's gone. Maybe I'll find it when I'm digging down. Oh, this went down to a pretty big cave. Can I see the stronghold from here? I don't think I can. Alright, there's more of the cave down here. There's gotta be an entrance to the stronghold around here somewhere then, right? I'm pretty sure the pearl went down. I hope it did. I mean, I could throw another one down here, but I don't want to lose another one. Oh, there's another Enderman over here, though. I need this. Come here. Oh, hey, look, a geode. I'm actually going to grab some amethyst, I guess, because if I have to go back home, I might as well bring that spyglass. Oh, I can't even collect it. I have silk touch on my pickaxe. I'm not really having any luck, though. I think I might just start digging down again. This is about where I dropped in. I'm just going to box myself off right here. And we're just going to continue going straight down. I didn't really see anything digging down this way. I must have just gotten kind of off track when I was dropping down into the cave. Alright, I'm just going to keep mining around. I'll let you know when I find it. It's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. Just dug down in another spot and was able to find it. Cool. Alright, let's actually break into this thing. And let's find the portal room. Oh, there we go. Alright, there's the portal room. I still do want to find the libraries, though, if I could. And there's no eyes. That sucks. Alright, so I need... Actually, no more ender pearls. I have 3. Wow, that's perfect. Alright, I'm going to screenshot those coordinates. I do want to keep exploring this just a little bit. I want to see if I can find a library. Oh, I found a library. Sick. Ooh, a mending book. Definitely take that. And we got the armor trim. Alright, no other really good books. But I'll take the mending book. That's definitely worth it. Alright, let me make my way back to the portal room. And I think I'm just going to pillar out from there. There's another library just right down here. I didn't expect to see this. Wait, is there no upper floor to this library? They can spawn like this? Wait, this is the library I was just in. Huh. Is there anything below? No. That's weird. That's some weird generation. Alright, well anyway, yeah, like I said, let me make it back to the portal room. I just don't really remember where it is. Okay, it's through here somewhere. I think it's through here, maybe? Is it down the stairs? I am completely lost. Oh, it's right here. Okay, sick. Maybe I'm not lost at all. I'm gonna start making a staircase just out of here then, towards the surface. I'm gonna head back home, grab all of the remaining Eyes of Ender that I'm going to need, and then when we're back here, we can actually jump through the portal and take down the dragon. And there's more diamonds right there. Cool. I was really hoping that I would be able to mine these with my fortune pickaxe and get the amethyst shards, but it didn't work. I tried it with a bigger one, so this small one's just gonna hang out right there. Look at that, beautiful decoration. I'm also glad that I actually had to come back because I forgot to bring an anvil, a mending book, and an Unbreaking 3 book, so we can put that on the elytra immediately. And we also forgot rockets. And you know what, my inventory is actually getting a little bit cluttered. So I feel like it would probably be worth it to just go ahead and craft an ender chest. And we can clear out a lot of our space here. Alright, gonna take a quick nap, and then on day 76 we can head back to the stronghold. Just wanna make sure I have everything that I'm gonna need really quick. Alright, I think we're good. I like quadruple checked my inventory, so let's head back to the stronghold. Alright, let's put in the last 3 Eyes of Ender. The portal is now lit, so there's nothing else to do, man. Let's just hop in and take down this Ender Dragon. This is always nerve-wracking. I've done this so many times, but it's always a little nerve-wracking. There we go. Alright. Not a bad spawn. We can at least access the ground. Let's go ahead and get this advancement really quick while I have the water bottle. Not the water bottle, but the glass bottle. I think that's all the crystals. Let's just start shooting the Ender Dragon. Please. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh. Man, I'm glad I got Ender Pearls. Alright, maybe I don't run in the middle anymore. Low-key a little scared. Ender Dragon's gonna just do that again. Oh my. That was way too close. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's really easy to die to the Ender Dragon. Come on. One more shot. There it is. Ender Dragon's been defeated. The end has been freed. Why are you still flying around? Alright, there we go. The Ender Dragon has been defeated. The end has been freed. On day 77. Not too bad. Let me be sure to grab the dragon egg as well. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's throw an ender pearl through here. And we made it. To the further part of the end. Now, hopefully I can just spot an end city pretty quickly. My luck in this world has honestly been kind of insane. So let's see if that luck runs out here. Now, this is literally the worst part of like any Minecraft playthrough. I hate this so much. But here we go, man. Let's go all the way across. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm also like even more scared than usual because my keyboard has been doing this thing lately where it just disconnects. Which is not ideal when you're trying to bridge over the void. But the thing is, whenever my keyboard disconnects, it usually just keeps me doing whatever, like, action I was doing. So I'm hoping that if I'm crouching and moving to the side, it'll at least just keep me doing that. But because of this, I'm going to try to not bridge too much, but it's kind of looking inevitable here. I just need to find one pair of elytra, and then the end travel will be so much easier. That first one, though, that first one is always so nerve-wracking. Okay, I see an end city all the way over there. I don't know why it's so dark, but hopefully this one has a ship. It doesn't really look like it does. I'm still gonna head that way, though, because if anything, we can at least get some shulkers. Ah, man, yeah, I'm closer to this one now. I think it's all rendered in. There's definitely not a ship. This is a very small end city. Like I said, though, I will still check this out. Grab a couple shulker shells, at least. Yeah, Sweeping Edge Unbreaking 3 sword. I can actually combine that with my current one. That's not too bad. We also take a minute to make some shulker boxes. There we go, we got 2 shulker boxes. I'm gonna start just storing all my end loot in these shulkers. Can make 2 more then as well, so that should be plenty of room. Alright, a couple more chests up here. We got an armor trim, couple diamonds. Pretty decent boots, but I'm not gonna take those. The Frostwalker is like entirely pointless in this world. And I guess while I'm up here, let me kind of look around. Can I see any other end cities? I don't think so. I'm gonna head off this way. I feel like I could probably ender pearl over to that island from there, or at least get pretty close to it. And it looks like I could just connect all the way over there. Alright, so let me just ender pearl down here. That should be pretty safe. Alright, and we're good. Let's continue heading in this direction. Please just give me a ship. Dude, this end is awful. I can't find anything. Wait, right when I said that, I found another end city straight ahead. Please have a ship. I don't want to keep looking, please. Oh, it doesn't look like it has one. Oh, that's unfortunate. Man, yeah, there's no ship here. You know, actually, the more I think about it, I might just skip this end city entirely. I kind of don't want to loot anymore until I find a ship. So maybe I can make my way back to this one eventually. It is just such a huge difference how much easier looting the end becomes once you get elytra. So I'm just going to make that my next priority. I did kill the couple shulkers out front, though, and got 3 more shulker shells, so that's not so bad. Found another end city, but once again, it's another dud. Just like the last one, though, I'm not even going to bother searching this one. There probably is some good loot in there, but I kind of don't care. There's another one. I think I'm, what, like 0 for 5 right now? Yeah, that's another dud of an end city. Yet another end city without a ship. What is that? Am I 0 for 6 now? Something like that? Finally! Finally a ship! Yes! There's the ship. And there's another end city with another ship right there. Okay. Now this is when I'm gonna find all of them. Now, this is surely not enough blocks. Ah, man, yeah, that's not even close. Maybe if I eat a chorus fruit, it'll teleport me up there. Absolutely not. There's another ship all the way over there, too. Took me forever to find my first one. Now I just can't stop finding them. I made it. I made it into the ship. I got a mending pickaxe. That's kind of cool. And a decent shovel. And we'll take both of those. But give me the elytra. Another couple other random tools. A really good iron pickaxe, but we're definitely not taking that. All right, let's grab the anvil. Let me throw mending on this and also unbreaking 3. And I do also want to try to grab the dragon head. Don't fall off. Sweet. We got it. All right, I'm going to loot a couple more of these end cities, probably just the ones in my render distance here. There's obviously the one I'm currently in. There's one over there and one right there. That should probably give me enough loot to be satisfied. Let's see what there is to offer. And I'm also going to loot these without really going inside. Just going to stick to the boundary. It's a lot easier that way. Man, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and mending. If only that was a diamond shovel. That sucks. And now we don't have to worry about bridging across anymore. Oh man, I really could not be happier. I also don't think I'm going to go back to any of the end cities that I saw just a little bit ago that didn't have elytra. Don't really feel like there's going to be too much of a point. Got a pair of mending leggings. I also have a pair of mending diamond boots, but I don't really want the curse of binding. That really won't affect me that much. Like, I don't normally take off my boots. But I guess if I ever want to upgrade them to netherite, that would actually be really annoying. So I'm not going to worry about those. Fire protection and mending on a helmet. Okay, we almost have every piece of armor mending, which is pretty cool. All right, let's hit up this one last end city, and then I think we could probably call it. Wait, are these 2 more end cities with ships? I don't think I've looted either of these yet. Whatever, dude. I'm here. I might as well. Oh, and perfect. There's an end gateway right there. Awesome. Okay, let's loot these final 2 chests. And then I can finally get out of the end. All right, let me get out of here. And watch, I'm going to do this first try. It's going to be perfect. I'm the best. All right, let's roll the credits. And by that, I mean just skip them. And let's take a nap, man. Day 81. The Ender Dragon's been defeated. We have a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Let me organize my inventory really quick, and I'll go over what I got. All right, this chest right here is pretty much everything that I found in the end. A lot of really good stuff. And now it's time to spend all 61 of my levels, making my armor and my tools and whatnot as good as possible. So I'll be right back, and once I am back, I'll go over all my new gear. All right, I used all of the levels. We have almost no experience left, but everything looks so much better now. So all of my armor now has mending on it. We now have a protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending helmet, protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending leggings, and then I just added mending to my boots. I think that's the only thing different there. We have a chest piece now with blast protection 4. I always like having blast protection on my chest piece, just because creepers do so much damage, even in like full diamond, honestly, even in full netherite armor. So just having that little bit of blast protection, I think, is definitely worth it. Of course, we have our elytra. I'm probably going to have that on pretty much all the time anyway, so we won't even really be using the chest piece all that much. That's also why I like having blast protection on a chest plate, because it doesn't take away from any of the other protections. And then as for the tools, our Fortune 3 pickaxe now has efficiency 5. This sword is kind of insane. I added sweeping edge 3 and unbreaking 3 to this. And then I also have an enchanted diamond hoe with silk touch, efficiency 4, and mending. So we are looking so much better now. And that did take an entire day, so I'm taking another nap. I deserve it. I do also have all of these shulker boxes. We have 11. I might as well dye them. The question now becomes, can I make 11 different dyes? All right, so I was able to get 9 different dyes just based on everything I had at my disposal here. There might be a couple more I can get. I don't know. I know I'm missing at least black dye, gray dye, and light gray dye, but I don't know how to get those. Oh, and green, of course. Oh, wait, I can actually make green dye. I have a cactus. Let me actually plant this cactus first, because I only have 1. So whenever this grows, I'll have 10 dyes. I just don't know how to get, like, black and gray. My normal way of getting it is just by killing squids, but I'm pretty sure squids don't spawn under, like, ice lakes and stuff. Pretty sure you can also get black dye from wither roses, but I don't really want to take down a wither right now. It doesn't really matter, though. 10 dyes should be plenty for right now. That'll leave all but 1 of these dyed. And this is entirely optional as well. I just like doing it. Now at this point, though, I do want to build something else. I think it's finally time that we build Hubert an actual house. My man has just been chilling in here for, what, like 82 days? Not exactly that long, but I've had him for about 82 days. He's been chilling in here ever since we claimed this area. So it's about time that he finally gets a house. Let's pop into free cam for a second so we can kind of picture where I want this house to go. Maybe up here? I think that would be a pretty good spot. Just kind of right behind our house. I feel like it'll round out the area pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm gonna say up there. Up there seems like a good spot. I don't want to spend too long on this house, but I also want to give my boy a house that he deserves. But I definitely want to build some more stuff before this video is over. But to be honest, I kind of did already accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish in this video. So if I do spend my remaining time building a house for Hubert, I can't really be that upset. But let me just clear out a flat area for this build to go on. I feel like this amount of space is probably pretty good. I'm not trying to make this house too big. I'm thinking of potentially making this like an L-shaped house just to make it a little bit different. Yeah, I think this works. All right, let me gather up some materials for this house. And I guess let me actually check what I have at my disposal first. We're definitely gonna need more spruce wood. I really don't have much. My oak storage is pretty solid. That'll probably be enough to get me by here. In terms of deep slate, I have a decent amount of that as well. I'm probably going to use deep slate for the roof just to kind of keep it in theme. And then stones we also have a decent amount of. But maybe I should go ahead and grab some more. I don't really have any cobblestone. I only have 34 here. All right, so I'm thinking I'll go grab some spruce wood, go grab some cobblestone, maybe some regular stone as well because we only have just over a stack of that. And then I kind of want to make the walls out of the crimson wood, just to kind of change it up again. That sounds like a good plan to me. I'm going to run around, collect up these resources, and then I can start the time lapse for Hubert's house. The exterior of Hubert's house is now completed, but before I go ahead and move him in, I want to actually do the inside. Because as you can see through these windows, it is entirely empty. And the very first thing that I'm going to put in Hubert's house is just a small potato farm. He deserves only the freshest potatoes, so I think growing them in his house makes the most sense. Let's also throw in just a little bit of hay bale action. I only have 7 of these. I'm just gonna put them all right there, I think. Let me also just go ahead and throw on a ceiling on the inside here. And you know, I don't really think Hubert needs too much storage, but I'll still give him a little storage unit over here. There we go, 2 double chests and 2 barrels. Should be plenty of storage for a pig. Let's go ahead and give him a couple of these composters around his entrance. That always looks nice. And then, of course, he needs a bedroom. I got 2 pink beds for him. He deserves at least a queen-size bed. Probably throw another little composter over here. I think a small table right here would look good. Let's give him 2 bedside chests where he can keep all of his valuables. And I'll throw a lantern on one of those. And honestly, this place feels pretty complete to me. It's a nice little interior for him. Let's break him out of here. Come on, Hubert. Let's go see your new house. Here's your new house, buddy. What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty sick, right? All right, so it's now day 92. We don't have too much time left, but I do still want to add some more stuff to the area. I also want to clear out all these shulker boxes. It's definitely going to bother me if I don't. So let me do this first, and then I will talk about what I'm thinking about adding to the area. All the shulker boxes are now cleaned out, and I'm mainly just looking to add a couple things to just enhance what we have already built. So I'm not really thinking I'm going to add any new buildings. Maybe if I somehow have additional time at the end, I can fit in another building. But I'm really just thinking about like environmental stuff. So for example, a couple custom trees I think would go a really long way. We only have oak trees in this area, so I think building up a couple custom spruce ones or like pine-esque looking trees would look pretty cool. That's the first thing that I would like to get done. I think that's the most important. And if that ends up taking me all the way to day 100, I won't really be too upset. And honestly, I haven't really brainstormed too much after custom trees. So probably just while I'm building these up, I'll try to think of a couple other things I could add to the area if I end up having time. So that's the plan. My focus is going to be on custom trees now until I feel like I've added enough to really transform this area. So let me get working on that. And I definitely think that this is something better time-lapsed. So I'm going to cut it to a time-lapse. If this ends up taking all of the time, I will be back for a final walkthrough of everything. Probably with shaders on, just to kind of show off everything I was able to accomplish in 100 days. So let's cut it to another time lapse. All right, so all of the custom trees are now in. We have a couple different sizes, a couple different shapes. I think they make the area look a lot nicer. I think they all just look really good. I'm pretty proud of myself for some of these custom trees. They're really good sizes, I think, because they're taller than most of the buildings, so I feel like they kind of fit with the scale of everything. And it kind of ties together our little village here pretty well. I also have some really small ones. We have this really tiny guy. It's like a medium-sized tree right there. And another kind of medium-sized tree here behind the starter house. Well, these trees make a pretty big difference, I think. Now that the trees are built up, I want to take a brief moment to kind of mention something. I think I just forgot to record this day. I don't know where my file went. Maybe I accidentally deleted it. I don't know. But when I went to the Nether to gather the Crimson Wood for Hubert's house, I also just put a very simple interior up here. It's nothing special, but there is a map, which I can actually update right now. And look at that. Looks a little bit nicer. You can see all the new trees. See Hubert's house now. Looks pretty cool. But potentially more importantly, there was a wandering trader who spawned as well. I think this was like right before I went to the Nether, or maybe while I was doing that interior, I don't know. And he sold jungle saplings, so that's why we have a couple jungle trees over here now. That's pretty big. It was a new wood type. I actually used it in Hubert's house, if you didn't notice. It's pretty subtle, but it's just the floor of the inside up there. It's all jungle wood. I have no idea where my recording went, so that's my bad. But it is day 97. All right, we got 3 more days to go. And I did say that I wanted to kind of fine-tune this pathway near the end of the video. And I feel like this is probably a good time to actually do this. I really don't think I'm going to change too much of this pathway. I'm probably going to keep the main block path block, but I do want to put some coarse dirt on the boundary. That always looks good. I don't really have much coarse dirt, only 11. Do I have any leftover gravel? I do. Okay, so we can make a ton of coarse dirt. Let's convert 2 stacks of dirt into coarse dirt, so that's more than enough. And I do also want to go grab a little bit more diorite. And the reason for that is a diorite kind of looks like packed up snow. Or just like dirty snow. And I feel like that lining the pathway will also look really good. So let me just head down into the mines really quickly. I shouldn't need too much of this. Let me also put my door back over here. But hopefully I can just see a patch of diorite somewhere. I'm sure I can find one in the staircase. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let me just mine this all up here. All right, a stack should be plenty. I'm going to craft this down into slabs. And let me also grab all the different snow layers that I have. And now pretty much the technique is just going to be near the outside of the pathway. Going to sprinkle in a little bit of coarse dirt, just to add some texture variety here. Then I also want to pile up some snow every so often on the sides. And then in some spots, gonna put some of these diorite slabs. Could also incorporate it under some of these fences. But I do also want to put some regular snow blocks under there. Can't make many of those. I'm only able to make 10. But that should be enough. I can make that work. And I feel like already you can kind of see the vibe that I'm going for here. I think this is already a pretty big upgrade over just the path block. It's not even really all that much different, but I think it just looks a lot nicer. All right, and then this is going to be what the final pathway looks like. It took about the entire day, so we're now on to day 98. But I think this pathway looks so much better than it did before. Makes it feel like I actually am walking through like a snowy area. I mean, I don't know, at least to me. I could probably mess with this also for like ever. Like you can pretty much infinitely add these snow layers. But I actually just ran out, so I'm gonna call that as a sign to stop. Next thing I would like to do is I would like to move my sugarcane farm. It's been down here the whole time. I think I should finally just make a dedicated area for it up by my base. Let me also get rid of all of these slabs. And I think the best spot for this is going to be attached to the enchanting building. I feel like it kind of makes sense to keep the sugarcane close to where I'm doing all my enchanting. So what I'm going to do is just carve away a little bit over here. And we're just going to attach a little like overhang section. Kind of like what I did here with the wheat farm. Since it is a snowy biome, I don't really just want the crops like exposed completely. I think a little roofed section makes sense. So let's come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks maybe. We'll do this on the other side as well. Let me also replace this dirt with regular stone. I'm gonna need a stripped piece of spruce, but it's fine. Let me actually get that now before I forget. All right, there we go. Ah, wait, dude, this needs to be spruce too. Why am I lazy? And dude, this tree right here has been bothering me for so long. I'm gonna get rid of it and replant it. I think I want just like a regular vanilla tree here, but that one's just not it. Anyway, let's throw these 3 logs right there, strip those, and now we're good. Okay, I'm gonna make this go out a couple more blocks actually. I feel like we have the room for it. And now I want this to just gradually meet up with the rest of the building. I think a slope like that looks fine. Now let me connect all of these across. Make sure to hang a couple lanterns under here. And let's get rid of the middle section there. And I'm just gonna extend this all the way down. And let's do something like this. Make it look like it's being supported a little bit better. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna get rid of all this snow in here. And make sure we have dirt everywhere. Admittedly, this won't be a big sugarcane farm, but it's alright. I'm gonna place some trapdoors on top of all of the water blocks. And let's put sugarcane all in the middle here. And I can throw down those bushes that I took away. On the back here, why not? I mean, I don't want to spend really much time terraforming this. But that looks pretty good to me. A little bit of exposed iron. Adds a little bit of character. That works though, that works. We at least have a sugarcane farm now up by the area. I also think I want to clear out all of these trees down here. Just to kind of clean up the area. So let me just spend the night doing this. I cleared out all the trees. And the sun, I think, is past halfway. So the sun is beginning to set here on day 99. I'm not really sure if there's anything else I can do in like half a Minecraft day. So I guess let me just unload my inventory and then we'll see what time it is. That oak tree I planted really grew into a huge one. I don't want a huge tree here either. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this tree again. Okay, the sun is setting. Come on. One more shot at this tree. Grow into a normal tree, please. It's kind of like the one from before that I took down, like the small bushy one. But whatever, I'll take it. It's better than the really, really tall one. But the sun has set on day 99. For the last time in this video, let's take a nap. And we'll wake up on day 100. We did it. I survived 100 days in a snow-only biome. And I built some pretty cool stuff. Let's take a quick tour of everything that I built, but first, let me put on some shaders. All right, the shaders are on. The world's looking beautiful. This creeper is not going to end my video now. All right, there we go. But here's a look at the area. Let's start with the starter house. I'm actually still pretty happy with this starter house. I feel like I could probably survive many more days in this thing. For how small it is, there really is a lot of storage in here. Most of these chests aren't even kind of full. Like, a lot of these are kind of empty. So this storage could last a very long time. Of course, though, after the house, we built up this barn, which, again, has room to expand. This entire upstairs is empty, but these animals have kept me going for all 100 days very, very easily. And I still have a lot more food to eat as well. I think I have like 25 other pieces of cooked steak in my storage room too. So this barn was perfect for me. Next up, we got the enchanting room. The enchanting building. And this thing turned out a lot better than I expected. I had less than no plan, honestly, going into this build, and it worked out kind of beautifully. We have all these amazing villagers in here, along with one Fletcher. We have 4 other spots for villagers as well, so I could get a ton of emeralds in here. I'm gonna update the map one more time, too, just while I'm here. Man, look at it. I don't even know if anything changed, but it's beautiful. Of course, though, the second floor, we got our little brewing area. We have a nether portal, and of course, most importantly, the enchanting setup. This entire building was taken up, which is nice. Well, I guess I shouldn't say the entire building, because up here is still empty. I never designed my attics, alright? And then honestly, potentially the most important building I built this entire time was the home for our best friend, Hubert. We got Hubert so early on, it might have been even day 0. And he has this beautiful little house. Look at him, he's chilling. Probably just had a great night's sleep on his pink beds. My boy. These haven't grown at all. Let me bone meal those for him. He deserves to have some fully grown potatoes. And of course, as I'm walking back, let's just take a look at all of the custom trees that I built. I think these look amazing. These are some of my favorite spruce trees that I've ever made, probably. But let's get these crops fully bone mealed. Oh, that didn't work. Is the light level here not good? It's got to be that, right? Let's add another lantern. Is that going to help? Yeah, that did help. It was just a lighting issue. There we go. You have full crops now, my man. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Hubert. But that is everything that I was able to build here in 100 days. I think the compound, the little village we made, looks pretty good. Let's do a quick fly around here with free cam as well. I think this is a cute little village. I made these buildings all pretty simple. There's not too much decoration going on. And honestly, they didn't take all that long to build, but I kind of did that on purpose. Well, I did it both on purpose and because there's not too many blocks I had to decorate with in this world. But I didn't want to spend too much time on each of these buildings. I just wanted to get as much built as I could. And I think this is a pretty good number of things to have built. And honestly, they don't even look bad, even if they are simple. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.